I like to use ChatGPT to my everyday work. It doesn't matter programming, description, other things, but it's got three main problems that it's constantly bugging me. Number one, it is pay. So it's another service. I need to pay for this, and you own nothing. Number two, it is online. So it's meaning if something going with internet or this service, I'm out of luck. And number three, it's actually size, because there's so many users, they cannot dedicate so many memory for this. Is allowed only about, for the pay version, 8,000 tokens. But this, it's not a lot. So if I do downloaded some of my huge statistical data, it cannot process this because it's run out of. So for me, it was great news when I find out the new LLaMA from Meta is out. So if you're not familiar, LLaMA, it is another ChatGPT alike or AI assistants online. So you can run, but you can run locally, and the models what they're creating is available. Those models can process a lot of tokens. I mean, they're huge models. You can process a lot of data. Of course, you will require a better card, your video with a lot of GPU or memory to do this, but it does work. Even the basic smallest one run with a bigger data set, which is a huge plus. And of course, it's run on your local machine, so you have control over how it's work. Well, installations, guys, I downloaded and I went over and go step by step what it says, go do these steps. I registered, download all the stuff, and it just keep breaking, does not work. And I'm like, oh man, it's a nightmare till I find another ways you can do. And it's so simple, so easy to do. I will share with you right now. First, what do you want to do? You want going to this website. The links will be down below. It is Ollama. It's an open source Llama kind of interface. It's very easy installations. You go there, you click on button download, and from here select what versions you want. This will download it for you, a executable file. Well, I kind of already done this, but generally you just click download. After download, you go ahead and you click on your installation file and follow step. I mean, it is so simple. And after this, you'll need it just a run command. So be sure just going inside the command prompt, open your CMD command prompt. I'm working on a Windows platform, Mac platform, very similar to this. So inside directory where I install it, I will just run Ollama space, and we'll have it command to run. That's what we want to do. LLaMA 3.1. So you can run this 3.1. It's one first versions. And of course, if we press enter, you can see it's having funny things. It's just executing, try to run it, and there you go. And here, how are you doing? So you can start typing, and you can see it's already working. It's so easy. Well, this is model 3.1, but they have new update models which work much better. Well, I'm going to just go ahead and click this because we don't need this interface. And what you want to do is go right on top back to Ollama page, links down below, click on the models. Inside the models, you'll notice a huge list. So this is, you can select, for example, when we want to use it, LLaMA 3.2, just click on this, scroll down, and you can see right here, you have it yours. Stuff. It's all what you need to do. It will pull those models for you and will install it. I mean, it's that easy. Also, you can run a bigger model like Visions, which is a little bit a bigger size, and we can see right here it is 6. Wait, we have a quite a bit large size right there. Look on this 9dB model. I mean, it's a huge one. Yes, so not every hardware will work on this, but you can try it. You can play with this. And as well, they have some multi-models, which can include different blocks. So that is how easy to run. But you know what? I don't know if you want to run in command prompt all the time. For me, one thing what I like it's interface. I like how ChatGPT, I type here, work all the stuff I can implement. And good that because Ollama does have this also interface for us that we can go use it. But for this, we need to install a couple more things. And we're going to use it what they call Open WebUI. This is a kind of application which allows take and create UI for us, how we can access it, but it does utilize the Docker system. For those who's not familiar with Docker, it's container-based system. We'll need to install it, and it's been all the code where we execute will run inside the containers. It's got plus and minuses. The biggest plus about containers, how say the code is isolated, and you can create a multiple different containers with different settings preset and launch them on different time when you want it. So it's kind of your very customized, not just configuration, but unique file. So you can modify in a unique. Personally, I like Docker. I use Docker for 12, I don't know how very many years in my everyday work. So this is how we done with code. So it's a great things. It's got multiple tiers, get free or pay. Free tier will work just great. All what you need to do, go to the Docker website right here and going and download the Docker installation. Same, straightforward when you install it. After installation, you can launch and you will have an application something like this. In this case, you can see I don't have it any containers or images. First, you will need to have an image. An image can run in the container. Well, how to do this? We'll just go back to our site and links, again, repeating links down below. And you can see right here, we have it additional options. So right there, let's go see what we need to do. Step number one, we need to pull out this image. So I'm just going to click in a copy. Next, we need to go to our original place where we install it. Next, go ahead and paste this line, the Docker pull. So all it does, it will go and take all this container information and start pulling in the environment in your Docker. Of course, I mentioned that Docker need to be kind of running already at this time, but it's going to set up for us. And you'll notice it may take a little bit time, but I think when we start pulling image by itself, it's going to take a little bit longer, but it should be okay based on what speed of your internet. After first step is completed, you'll notice right here, download is done. It says image, download all the stuff. And we can see in our images, now we have it image available. So we'll go with next step. Next step, we have to run the container. Notice right here, it's have a default settings. So you can just copy this. And of course, if you're using GPU support with NVIDIA GPU, you have just additional flags. Usually they will be exactly same. Just overall, overline, we can see we run this image. We are on a port 8080 or 300. We have it support our GPUs. We open all back data. So very easy. Depend which one you want it. I'm going with the GPU support. I'm running on NVIDIA. But just in case, if you don't have it, you can run first line on there. So let's go back to ours. And we go paste now this line. And click again. Notice it is unable to find image locally, so it will pull whatever information needed directly from source. Okay, after it's step completed, you can see we're going inside our containers. We have a new container which is running, and right here we have it our port already executed. So all what we need to do, click on this port. Before I do this, let me just a small tip about the Docker, because it is running like in its own container. It takes some memory from your computer. It's utilizing like isolated zone, yes, and it's meaning all other applications cannot access this, and sometimes may take also additional CPU power as it's just sitting there. So if you think you kind of done, you don't want to do this, click on the stop. It will also stop and kind of release some of those resources for you, so you won't be hanging and taking too much space. It's just a small tip, because I not always will be using this. I may be using different stuff, and so it just helped me with a little bit management on my resources on my computer. Well, okay, so we'll run this and let's click on that, and there you go, we have it. Right here, we need to put it our email, whatever you want with your password. And you know what? Here you go, that's my login, so I need to sign up, and I'm ready. The interesting things I need to show you on the top left corner, you see random model. If we click down, here is the models that I downloaded. You remember show how you can download this? So right here, it's recognized and find our models. Our first model, and Vision and other ones. So I'm going just with a normal, little bit smaller model. Vision it will quite a bit user data. It's fun to test, but right here we can try, let's see, write HTML web page that asks for your email. Well, let's see if it will work. Wow, it's actually quite a bit fast. And right here, see, as a programming, so right here, we have our code. From what I look on some paper and research, apparently LLaMA 3.2, it's work very well for the developers, programmers, analytic data, statistical, so you can actually take a huge book, put it here and analyze all this data. And best of all, it's work locally on your computer, so you don't need pay fees, you don't tied up to internet access, and most of all, you can use a huge size data to process here. Well, I'm actually very excited to go put this more to the test, see how's everything works, and most important, how accurate the code will be. Well, but that is time for another video, so you can go ahead and watch this. Thank you for sticking around, learning. Remember all links below, and I will see you next time.